Follow us on foodmadeinitaly.eu.
Bentornati amici.
Hello everybody. Hello Aristide. What are we talking about today?
Hello everybody. Today we'll investigate wine world. That's a mythic and divine world, because do you know how wine was discovered?
I don't actually know, but until now we have always talked about beer. I think it's time to discuss more serious stuff. What were people doing to make wine?
Wine was certainly more noble and aristocratic than beer. It was for upper classes. Then, afterward, it became more popular. How was wine discovered? By chance, as it often happens.
Tell us more.
We are in Anatolia, the most eastern part of the Turkey, and in Armenia, ancient Anatolian people, Hittites, around 250 before Christ, could probably observe birds, and especially crows, gorging themselves on fermented grapes and getting a bit drunk. They grew curious and then, over the years, step by step, tried to go through the same process.
Drunk crows inspired people?
Crows inspired winemaking. Grapes were crushed in vats, and we found archaeologists discovered, just in Armenia, the oldest known winery, dating back to 1500 before Christ.
How did they guess that was a wine factory?
From what they found at the site, which included grape stalls, remains of pressed grapes, a wine press, vats, jars. From here, wine spread all over the Mediterranean region.
So, if I'm not mistaken, the one we drink today is 3,500 years old?
More or less. Do you know that most valuable wine, as appreciated as champagne today, was produced in Cyprus? It was much prized by Tutankhamen, who used to sip it with his wife Ankesanamon, even if he had his private grape wine cultivation. But the finest one was the Cyprus one.
That means some kind of import-export already existed?
Of course, trade was very developed. Egyptians loved wine, both during the archaic period and the classical Greece. Wine had a central role in religious rituals and political life. But wine was also a key feature of entertaining and sexual lives.
So obviously wine has always been accompanied by this intoxicant effect. Ministers, religion, I shall imagine, a noble class enjoying wine during their meals for the pleasure.
Sure, wine was a ritual. First of all, wine was watered down because, there is an epigraph in a town called Locri which reads that drinking wine without water was a crime, even punishable by death. Obviously, people feared drunkenness and its consequences.
So they used to dilute wine with water.
They mixed it with water. Symposiums, topic moments of social life in Greek and Roman times, were male aristocratic drinking party where people discussed not only politics but also philosophy, but more than everything men a part of the symposium would talk about of noble topics.
Sure not, but there's nothing new under the sun. Wine, dancers and food is a very delightful mixture.
But very elevated topics.
But very elevated topics.
Neither a sucker or
nothing.
Let's say no pub talks.
That's for sure amazing. Thank you, Aristide. With all those extraordinary news about Egyptian and wine discovery, I will see you next week. Always on food. Thank you.
Thank you. Follow us on foodmadeinitaly.eu.